Welcome to this series on raising your vibration in 90 days. My name is Manpreet. I'm a self-healing coach and mentor. And if you want to get all the juice on how to do this, you want to make sure that you are following this channel, that you have hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I release another video. There's a couple a week to support you on this journey. And I wanted to talk to you about the thing that most people don't do or they kind of miss out. And that is the preparation for the future you. That is the stage before the energy really starts to shift. And sometimes this preparation stage can actually take quite a long time. You might even already be in it. And that's when you start to identify what in your life isn't part of your future life. So, for example, what habits are not part of your future life? What thoughts are not part of your future life? What clothes are not part of your future life, right? So, you have to look around your current reality and look at what isn't feeling like how you want to feel in the future. So, let's say you want to manifest £10,000 a month through your business, okay? And you want to feel free and you want to feel joy. The preparation phase is about looking at your current reality and noticing what takes you out of that frequency of joy or out of that frequency of freedom. So, noticing actually, when I look at that cupboard in my house and it's super messy, it makes me feel angry. So, preparation would be tidy that cupboard, right? If you were to be super rich or like, who would have a problem with that? Who are you afraid of saying that to? Who in your life isn't supportive of the version that you are becoming? There are so many things in your current life that you need to clear away to create space for the new energy to come through. So, for example, another thing is the behaviors that you do. If you are somebody and you want to be wealthy, then you are not overspending your money. You are not like hoarding your money. You are investing your money, of course, and you're intentionally spending your money. Are you doing that right now? It's really looking at your current landscape. I really like to look at as well, like your physical, like what is the future you that has that money or, has that relationship? How does he or she take care of their physical well-being? What does that look like? What does their mental what is their mental, what are they saying to themselves? What are their beliefs? Maybe you can create some affirmations around them as part of your preparation phase. And spiritually, like how connected are they to themselves and to something else, right? For example, if you're a spiritual entrepreneur and you are somebody that is really connected to your audience and you are, attracting a really large engaged community, then you are really connected to source. And how connected are you? Is that something that you need to clear some beliefs or you need to bring in some new practices? So this is all part of your preparation. Now, the really big preparation is emotional and it's mental. Those are very, very big things because there's a lot of things that you're doing right now that take you out of the emotional vibration that you want to feel in the future. Like people don't just want to hold a load of money, they want it to make themselves feel a certain way. So you've got to realize that sometimes this preparation phase can take some time. So if you come and do this 90-day challenge that we're talking about here, and you can sign up to the master's class where I share all the things I'm doing over 90 days to raise my vibration so I can expand my family and expand my business. And I've done the same things to attract my now husband, to attract my dream home. Um, that was, I didn't even know the area existed, to attract my six-figure business. I've done this so many times as like a process of soul evolution. And every time I did that, it was so uncomfortable because I kept trying to squeeze my new life around my old one. So I kept trying to do that, and I would get overwhelmed and I would get anxious and I would give up and I would feel hopeless and powerless and my energy would go all the way down. And that's because there were so many things in my current environment that needed to be cleared away. So when I say that this is a step that lots of people miss, Lots of people talk about clearing in like vibration and things like that. But what I realized that I had to really face for like bigger manifestations that I've wanted to bring into my life is the emotional things that I was doing to myself that was preventing me. The relationships that I was staying in that didn't feel good to me. The way that I would speak to myself, the things that were making me feel anxious in the day. And a massive one, how I was treating myself, how I was talking to myself. So this was like the area of emotional and mental mastery that took a long time. So we want you to like feel feel the good emotions. We want you to treat yourself like a loving parent, a loving mum and a dad, because that's really going to raise your vibration and really help you to bring in what you desire. Like that doesn't happen if you are talking to yourself so badly and ignoring your emotions. You can totally manic manifest. So like you can totally say a load of affirmations and get something that's that could be very surface level. But what I'm talking about here is really manifesting what's really important to your heart and to your soul that really means something to you because you have got some soul lessons to do as part of that process. And that means that you're going to have to face some of those emotional things that you're doing to yourself and start to clear them away. Now, I'll give you an example. So, I am on a journey of expanding our family. And it has been a difficult one. There has been a miscarriage, there has been health issues. It's been a real journey, right? And I know because I've spoken to so many specialists about what I should eat and how I should treat my body, right? The future me that has the baby, that has got pregnant, she does that. Like, absolutely does it. That's how she gets her, that's how she improves her health. Now, for 2 years, I struggled so badly to make those health changes. Like it was, and I felt so much shame about it, and I felt so much anger, and my husband got frustrated with me. And the reason why was it wasn't actually for no reason that I was struggling for two years. It was because I was like a ball. If you imagine, like I had this ball of emotions, like so many different emotions, like so many different strands, like a ball of wool. And I was trying to find what are the different strands that make me not want to eat in this way. And this was all of my resistance and my unsafety to become a mother, my unsafety to expand my family for different reasons. For example, it wasn't safe I didn't feel like the world was a safe place and I didn't want to bring anyone in it. I sort of made that decision when I was a child. So I had all these things that I had to like meet and say actually that's not true anymore. I don't believe that anymore. Or the contracts that I said that I really believed in, then I was like, that's not really a thing. Or I had to notice that certain relationships made me emotionally eat, or certain things made me want to numb, or my behavior with how I used to run my business or how I used to work would make me be low on energy, which then would make me rely on food. So there were so many things that were creating this habit and this behavior of not being healthy, if you like, that I had to resolve. And that's all part of this preparation phase. That's all part of the work. So when you're doing like a 90-day challenge to raise your vibration, and you're like, okay, well, I know I'm going to eat healthy and that's going to raise my vibration. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. And then you come and every day you've got like this routine of all the things that you're going to do and all the things that you're going to eat and etc. But you can't do it and you keep sabotaging or you keep procrastinating or you keep doing it one day but not the other. And then you get annoyed and then you're like, oh, I can't make this work. And then years pass and you still haven't manifested whatever it is, like the dream body that you want or the bank account that you want, right? Because you haven't been visible on social media and you haven't been showing your face or, all of these things. So, what you've got to do is rather than running from the reasons of why you're not doing something, actually facing them and going, okay, what can I do about this? Like, what is it that I can do about this thing? Like, so if I am emotionally eating because a relationship feels unsafe, could I maybe have some boundaries around that relationship? If I am, eating because I am super tired, could I maybe have boundaries around my work? Could I have an inner boundary with myself? Could I remove that from my life? That cupboard has got all sorts of unhealthy things in it. Can I take those things away? So it's starting to make changes based on your resistance rather than ignoring it. And that can take time. And every day you're visualizing, and I would love for you to do this, like visualizing your future self, even if it's for 5 minutes, how they think, how they feel, like what's around them, what they can see, what they can smell. You're bringing that into your field every day. I love doing that all of the time, even when for years I'm not manifesting it, I'm still doing it. And then really noticing what things are making you come out of the daily routine that that person would have. So if you're wanting to create a business and you want to create content and you want to do these things, why are you not doing them? What's stopping you? And rather than running from those things, actually slowly coming up with a plan to change them. And this is a very messy process. So like every month you're like, okay, I'm going to focus on this is what I would love for you to do is like focus on this is what I'm going to do like to become this person, to become this future version of me. And then you're going to learn what happened that month through self-compassion, just observing that version of you and being like, oh, that's so interesting, not with shame, but with love and being like, oh, this part of me is keeping me safe. Because that's why you don't have what you desire yet, because your energy doesn't feel safe to have it. You are not in alignment with it. And there's things that you've got to do as a soul to kind of figure that out. Some of it will be bad habits. Some of it will be emotional things that you've been doing for a long time. Some of it will be parts of you that are like, it's just not safe for us to be a parent, or it's not safe for us to hold money. Like when I've been growing income in my business and I would spend it all, it was because there was a part of me that didn't feel safe not to. Because when I was younger, my dad used to take my money away from me and I didn't have money to buy the things I really needed, like underwear. And I didn't get what I needed, like in terms of clothes and things. I always got food and things like that, but I didn't get some of the things I needed. And so that's why I would always spend my money because I would be like, oh my God, I need to make sure I get what I need. And then as I got older, that just got out of hand. And and I just wouldn't hold money. Like I just would not hold it because it felt so unsafe to because he might take it. And he's gone now. It's been a really, really long time, but that pattern was still within me. That pattern was still within my field. And it's through doing this exercise and not getting annoyed that I'm not able to become the new version, but actually seeing that as data, seeing that as information, and using that as, okay, this is my next step. This is the next thing I need to do to be able to change my life, to be able to manifest what I truly desire, rather than getting like, oh, that victim of, oh gosh, this isn't going to happen for me. It's like, poor me. This is just not possible. Like the universe hates me. And it's like, well, no, the universe doesn't hate you. You're just not in alignment. And when I manifested my husband after like 37 years of being super, super single and super attracted to people that just did not want to be with me, I basically didn't have to do anything. I just, I was just in the same place as him and he came forward. We worked together for like years. And as soon as I had done this work and gone through my preparation phase, which had lasted a little while at this point, whilst I was working with him, probably like 18 months or something. And I didn't have to do anything in that moment. He just came forwards. I didn't have to do anything when I got sold out as a coach. Like I just had to be that other frequency. And there's so much that stops us from being that other frequency, which is to do with our fear and our past that we just have to resolve. So don't be disheartened by your preparation phase. Some of those preparation phases last a month. Some of them last years. For some things that you're manifesting that you're not too worried about, like you are in alignment with them and you feel like you're worthy of them, they'll come to you so easily. Other things, like for me, because of my past of growing up in a home where there was trauma and I guess you could say I had complex PTSD, like there was things felt harder for me to obtain. And that's because firstly, I didn't feel worthy, I didn't feel safe. And because of this, all of this stuff from the past that had to be resolved. And also because the life that my soul came here for, I wasn't just wanting a relationship. I wanted to fall in love with my soulmate. I didn't just want a career. I wanted a job that I truly loved and that, like lit me up and fulfilled me. And I didn't just want a family. I wanted my children not to get the trauma that I had experienced. So because of those things that my soul truly desires, I've had to really raise the standard that is not normal for me and my family, that is not normal for my ancestors. And I've had to do that, and that's really uncomfortable. So this preparation phase is going to take however long it's going to take. And if you keep dedicated to it and keep seeing like what's coming through and what do you need to release and let go and shed, you can use like the full moon every month to write down like what is it that I'm letting go as part of this full moon. And in the new moon, like what am I gonna bring in as my new intention for this month? Or and just do it like that. And I know it's so hard. It's so frustrating because you're like, oh gosh, I have to go through all of this to get that great love. But it's so worth it because they will be at such a higher level than anything you've ever experienced, that you're a love that your parents didn't have, or like if you want to have a business doing work that you absolutely love, it's such the best feeling in the world when you make like 5 figures and 6 figures doing the work that you love, like doing work from your heart. Like it's just the best feeling. So yes, some dreams do take longer, but they are so worth it. And you can totally do this. And in my masterclass, which you can see below, the 90-day plan to raise your vibration, I go through everything that I'm doing to raise my vibration to have a family, all the things I've done in the past to raise my vibration for love, in business, and clients and money. It's all the same thing. So you can totally sign up to that, watch that for free. Over here in YouTube, I'll be sharing other videos to support you, like this one. And there will also be a community group for you just to share things that you're doing, that, have a community of like, I'm going through this challenging, preparation thing, or I'm taking this action, and really use that space for, I'll be holding it for a few months, especially during March, April, May 2025, and then I'll bring it back on other times as well. But you'll get all the details of that when you sign up to the class, which is totally free. And because I really want to help as many people as I can to do this, because I did this and I went to like coaches and therapists, and all of those things were part of my preparation. All of those things were part of the shedding. But actually, the shift from the old me to the new reality, it was like the releasing of this, and the becoming the new version of me. So this shedding part is so important. So maybe you have been going to therapy, maybe you have been reading books, and that's maybe part of your early sort of preparation phase, like learning the new things. But we've got to like shed and release, and the only way you shed and release is by doing it, because by doing it you start to notice the resistance. And by when I say doing it, is that you start to act as that person now. You start to have their belief system, you start to have their energy, and you start to like live your life as if you are them. So make sure you sign up. If the link for the new class is not up, just comment vibe, and when it's available in March, my team will send you the link, and otherwise it will be in the notes below this video. And I'm super excited to manifest with you guys and raise your vibration and share all of the crazy things that are happening while I'm doing this with you. So speak to you in the next video.